Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmu. Regarding the Vijay Krishna Goswami, they are talking, Master is telling, he respects me very much, but it is difficult to reach him. One day he is gone to Dhaka, the next day to some other place. He is always busy. His presence has created great trouble in the Sadharan Brahmo Samaj. Vijay and several of his friends, on account of disagreement with Keshav, sected from Keshav's organization and formed the Sadharan Brahmo Samaj. In those days, Brahmo Samaj was led by Keshav, and because of some disturbance, problems, they had to separate. They sected away and made another. So that Sadharan Brahmo Samaj, he was the leader and he is busy and running about here and there on his work. So it's creating the problem. Goswami, why so, sir? Master, the Brahmos tell him, you mix with the people who worship God with form. You are idolater. Vijay is liberal and straightforward. Unless a man is guileless, he does not receive the grace of God. How that understandings you see. This idolater idea was brought by the Westerners who came to India. Some other religions, they don't accept the idols, worship of idols and all. But in some way or other, they have the understanding, a sign at least. A sign representing their religion will be there, which they honor. Now, some Judaism people came here. I asked them, what do you worship? No, we don't have any idols or anything. I asked, what will be your place of worship? They said, we don't have such a thing called a place of worship or a sign. Like Christianity, we don't have a cross, where instead of image, they keep a cross. And like a Islamic, we don't have masjid or a place where we have to do our prayers or worship. We, anywhere, everywhere, we can do it. We don't accept the form or limitations of place where we have to do. Then they said, what are you doing now? They said, we joined together and we are practicing now Patanjali Yoga Sutras, depending on. She knew a lady teacher who is there in Israel. She had come here. She stayed in India for 20 years and learned the yogic process. This yoga, it also doesn't have any external form or house or temple or anything. Yoga is your internal world. So the Jewish people, They can accept what I am telling just because there is no temple, there is no mosque, there is no church, but you are it yourself where God is dwelling. And God is not limited by form or by place. So they accept. So I am preaching that yoga principles, many people follow it and it is very tasty for them. And she knew even the bhashas written on the Patanjali Yoga Sutras by various sadhakas, siddhas who have attained God, and even those things she learned by heart. Yes, I was surprised to see. Then she said, well, where do you do? He said, we have a hall. In the hall we all sit together. And just like meditation, we don't have direction, we don't have place, we don't have, just we are ourselves practicing. But when she came here, she saw us doing the morning prayer, evening prayer, keeping the picture of, we have a shrine where we all gather, where we bow down. She said, this I like, the singing and so many things, a small ritualistic worship, and all I like, but I cannot implement and give to our people because the current is flowing from ancient times and it will continue to flow. We can take along the stream, whatever comes along the stream, we can put in them to utilize to a higher level of spirituality. So how they, then I said, keep a lamp somewhere burning around you, a few places to light, just candles burning here and there. Don't keep a place. And then keep some flower vases here and there. A fine atmosphere is created. You have fragrance spray in your, it will be just like a temple atmosphere. And whole nature is with you. You are with nature. Light is there, like sunshine, day and night. Whenever you see, you have a light. And then wherever you see, you have the flowers and so many things of nature inside your hall. So she was to do those things. But you see, the current that flows, whatever is, it can carry on with how cleverly she was managing the people and giving them the higher understanding of spirituality through the yogic process. So, here the limitations are all limitations, including temple and only scriptures. The scriptures has its own way of presenting. Just like yoga, it has its own. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Brahmos tell him, you mix with the people who worship God with form. You are an idolater. Idolater is the term used by other religions who don't follow the... When we ask them, how do you look upon God? He is formless. Can he do anything? Yes, he is omnipotent. He can do anything. Can he come to me in the form of my Ishta Devata? Suppose I love Krishna. Can he come in the form of Krishna? Then they start thinking, yes, my God can do anything and everything. Can he not come to me in the form of, why do you put the limitation? He cannot be with form. And how do you say that he cannot have a form? And if you accept that he is omnipotent, if a devotee, he wants to see God in the form of a particular way, can he not manifest? If he cannot manifest, how can we call him God? Then this remains silent. Difficult to say, yes, he has form. No, he doesn't have form, but he can manifest in the form you, a devotee, wants. This form, actually anything in this world, every object, every grain of sand, every atom can be worshipped. It is worshipable. We can worship anything in this world because it is manifestation of that one ultimate reality. Idolater. We invoke God in an idol and even otherwise an image or an idol picture, just like my father's picture, how it reminds me of my father. An image reminds me of God in a particular way. All his features, this, that, and everything makes me, from the sign, we go to the reality. Just like the danger sign, a skull and two bones, a sign. That sign indicates there is a danger inside. The image indicates there is God behind. So it is easy to concentrate mind and devote oneself totally to that. My body is responding to God, my mind is responding to God, my intellect is responding to God, my senses are responding to God. By keeping an image, my whole being is moved. Suppose I keep Nirguna Nirakara alone, formless aspect, I have to first begin with the denial of body. Because as a body, I have form, but I am formless, but I have a body. And body cannot identify God. Senses can identify if object is there. Senses also cannot reach him. Body cannot reach him. My mind cannot reach him. My intellect cannot reach him. If he is Nirguna Nirakara, is formless. Formless cannot be, intellect cannot conceive, mind cannot. Because if anything that is conceived by mind has already taken form. Suppose I say love, it doesn't have form, but what it is, already mind has conceived. Patriotism, it is already conceived. What mind conceives, it has a picture, mind has its own picture of love. When we use the term love, it may not be having physical form, but it has taken mental form. So it is considered as with form. When it is qualityless, then only it is really formless. Form because goodness will not be flowing in the sky. Where is that goodness? Adhara must be there. He is kind. Where is the adhara? Where from kindness is expressed? Merciful. Where from the merciful will not be flying in the sky without any form. It needs a adhara. When I say cold, where from? Where is the cold? Adhara is there. In the space there is cold. So somewhere it will be. That represents the object. So the formless always moves with quality less. There won't be quality. Nirguna, nirakara. And nirguna. Guna also is not. Akara is also not there. Guna and akara go together. Just like there cannot be time without space and space without time. Time, space, continuum. Similarly, formless and the action and qualityless move together. If you say it doesn't have form, then it doesn't have the qualities also. They go together. If there is form, there is quality also, because it can be conceived by mind. So this principle, this is nature's way. So whatever can be conceived by mind has already taken form. It may not be physical form. Vijay is liberal. You are an idolater. Vijay is liberal and straightforward. Unless a man is guileless, he does not receive the grace of God. God's grace can be received when he is simple, pure, and guileless. Sri Ramakrishna talked to the Mukherjee brothers. Mahendra, the elder, had his own business. Priyanath, the younger, had been an engineer. Mukherjee's brothers. After making some provision for himself, he had given up his job. Mahendra was 35 or 36 years old. The brothers had homes both in the country and in Calcutta. Master smiling. Don't sit idle simply because your spiritual consciousness has been awakened a little. Go forward. Beyond the forest of the sandalwood, there are other and more valuable things, silver mines, gold mines, and so on. It is a reference to the old story which has told earlier, that a man, woodcutter who used to go hard work in the, go to the forest, is a woodcutter and wood seller. He would go to the forest, cut the wood whole day, make it pieces, bring and sell in the village. How many people will buy? All will have trades from which twigs and all fall. In those days, the wood was the main fuel for the fire. Cooking and everything was done. Hearth was, everything was used. Fuel used was the only for lighting, the oil was used. Otherwise, wood is the fuel. So everybody needs, and some people will come and buy who cannot go to the forest. So he used to sell that. With great difficulty, he will be making his family survive. A brahmachari was going through the forest. He sees him sweating and cutting the wood. He is aging. Then he says, my friend, go ahead. He tells and goes. Then he goes with the bundle back home, and then why did the brahmachari say, go ahead. I come here every day in the forest and collect the wood. Then he thinks, anyway, he has asked to go forward. Let me go and see. He enters deeper into the forest and sees there are sandalwood trees. The sandalwood trees. he cuts and starts getting more income. And now he is able to live a comfortable life. Then, after some time, he thinks, oh, Brahmachari had asked me to go forward. He did not say stop anywhere. He went still further into the forest. He found a silver mine there. And his richness has no limits now. And after reaching his mine of silver, then after that he is using that because mines never end. Still he thought, oh, the Brahmachari told me to go ahead and go forward and not to stop anywhere. So he went ahead and saw there is gold mines, diamond mines, one of the. See how small spiritual, some people are satisfied with while singing their few tears drops come out. They think, I have devotion for God. There ends their spiritual practice as if, no, he has not seen God, he has not met God, he has not realized God. God has not become his own. And a little tears came, and like that, a little spiritual awakening, don't stop there. Don't sit idle simply because your spiritual consciousness has been awakened a little. Go forward. Beyond the forest of sandalwood, there are others. He has reached the sandalwood. So beyond the sandalwood, there are other more valuable things, silver mines, gold mines, and so on. Priya, smiling, Sir, our legs are in chains. There we are chained. Our legs are chained. We can't go forward. Master, what if the legs are chained? The important thing is the mind. Bondage of the mind and freedom of the mind. Manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh. To be bound or to be freed, mind is the only karana, cause. For a person's release also, mind is the cause. For his bondage also, mind is the cause. Listen to a story. There were two friends. One went into a house of prostitution and the other to hear the recital of Bhagavata. What a shame, thought the first. My friend is hearing spiritual discourse, but just see what I have stepped to. The second friend said to himself, shame on me, my friend is having good time, but how stupid I am. After the death, the soul of the first was taken to Vaikuntha by the messengers of Vishnu, while the second one was taken to the netherland of Yama. Our mind, where is he is not important. He has gone to the temple and thinking of physical enjoyment somewhere. And one who is physically enjoying, his mind is on God. So the result is, that's why an important thing is what your mind is. What thoughts in your mind is what you are. What your mind, what thoughts you are, that that is what you are. And what you are practicing, that will be what you are going to become. And what your heart aspires for, you are sure to attain. Priya, but the mind is not under my control. This is the problem with all. Arjuna also says the same thing to Krishna. What yogas and all you are preaching is very nice to hear, but I don't think it will be possible, because mind is like a boat in an ocean under the current of a strong wind, storm. Storm is there and he is in the ocean on a boat. What would happen? Like that is the mind, turbulent and being carried away by every moment by something or other. How to do this yoga? Krishna says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihade. Through constant practice, you will acquire mastery over your mind. And dispassion towards the world, not detachment, dispassion. Udasina bhava. Yes, it is there, it is there. It is not there, it is not there. What if? What if? So, he is flowing with the current, with the divine ideal of transcending the nature. But mind is not under my control. Master, how is that? There is such a thing called Abhyasa Yoga. Same thing. Sri Krishna, what he said, is being again told by the Master now. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.